Welcome to Fantasy Hockey TimBits, where I comb through all 32 NHL teams in order to find you some gems so you can win your week in your league. Now, this video is a bit late this week. My apologies. I've been working a lot recently, and I'm only going to focus on forwards in this one. I'll put another one out for defense and goalies. This is a bit of a strange week as well because of Thanksgiving in the U.S. lands on a Thursday and there's no games. So you usually might try and maximize your players with clubs who play the most, but in this case you may just be picking up and dropping guys day by day in this one. I'm still going to tell you about who's playing the most. That's 4 times this week: Anaheim, Buffalo, Carolina, Colorado, Columbus, Nashville, Ottawa, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, San Jose, St. Louis, and Winnipeg. And then the following 4 teams are only playing twice, and that's Arizona, Detroit, LA, and Calgary. Let's look at some forward guys I've got here. Players that I have here for you, starting with Lawson Krauss of the Arizona Coyotes. He's only like 3% owned, and he's been quite hot recently, and he's becoming a more steady producer. He's on that second power play as well, second line. Adam Henrique of the Anaheim Ducks, first line, second power play. He's only 46% owned. He's been doing really well. Ryan Getzlaf, stop the video right away and grab him. He's just over 57% owned. First line, first power play. He's been doing wonderfully this year. Olofsson from the Buffalo Sabres, first line, first power play. He's back from injury. Only 26% owned. You might want to scoop him up. He could make some of the players on his line more valuable as well, like Asplund and Thompson, for instance. Moving on, Jake Voracek from the Columbus Blue Jackets, first line, first power play. Under 24% owned. Scoop him up. Nazem Kadri. Stop the video right now to see if he's available. He's been on fire the last 8 games. He's second line, second power play. Not to mention his line mates, Nichushkin, if I'm saying that properly. He's been hot as well. And he's only 3.7% owned. So think of scooping him up. Moving over to the Florida Panthers now. Frank Vatrano. Third line, second power play, just under 60% owned. He shoots a lot as well and has had 5 points in his last 5 games. Matt Zuccarello is only just over 34% owned. Second line, first power play, 4 points in his last 4 games. Check him out. Ryan Hartman, also of the Wild. Second line, second power play, just over 30% owned. 6 points in his last 6 games. Marcus Foligno of Minnesota as well. First line, second power play, although he moves up and down the lineup. But he's under 16% owned. He hits a lot as well if you have peripherals in your league. Dawson Mercer of the New Jersey Devils. He's been hot of late. Second line, first power play, 7 points in his last 6 games. Granlund from the Nashville Predators. Second line, first power play. He's not even 27% owned, and he's got like 8 points in his last 5 games or so. Philip Forsberg, also of the Predators, is coming off the IR soon. Keep a close eye on him. You might want to just scoop him up right away. He's just over 60% owned right now, but he could pay you off maybe later this week or absolutely as soon as next week. Then there's Derek Brassard of the Philadelphia Flyers. He's been hot of late, 4 points in his last 2 games. Grab him. He's centering that second line because Hayes is injured again. From the Kraken, Jaden Schwartz, a hair under 50% owned. And he's got like 8 points in his last 5 games there. Second line, second power play. Jared McCann as well, although he's very up and down. Third line, second power play. He's under 34% owned. Keep an eye on Robert Thomas of the St. Louis Blues. He's becoming more consistent as the season goes along. Brandon Saad has been really hot recently. 4 goals in his last 3 games. Sometimes this guy can just drop off a cliff, though. Third line, first power play. And lastly, Riley Smith of the Vegas Golden Knights. Not even 32% owned. He's been very hot with 8 points in his last 7 games. Second line, second power play. And lastly here, I'm just going to mention to keep an eye on Andre Kashay of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's got 5 points in his last 7 games, and he's getting more consistency out of every match that follows, and he tends to shoot a lot as well. So anyways, that's it, that's all. If I'm missing someone from the forward group here, let me know in the description box down below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out. You can also support me on BuyMeACoffee. You can find links to that in my description box or on my YouTube page. I'll see you soon. Please be kind to each other out there, and I already said I'll see you soon, right? So au revoir.